wait a minute. I thought the whole point is that rules are constricting. See, what happens in our society is most people, they still think we should have some rules, but they just want to move the boundary a little bit. But the problem is that once you start moving the boundary, who is it that determines where you stop? And I love when people say, they sound so gracious, and they sound so enlightened and so intelligent when they say stuff like, well, I'm an adult. As long as I'm not hurting anybody, I should be able to do whatever I want to. Have you ever heard that before? Yeah. Here's a little problem with that. It's kind of impossible if you do things that are not good for you. Eventually, you're going to hurt other people, number one. And number two, I thought that one of the things that everybody always says is the way that you help other people is you have to be good to yourself first, right? Well, if you do whatever you want and you hurt yourself by doing whatever you want, you're also hurting other people because you're not there to help them in the way that they need to be helped. The other thing is that I have talked to lots and lots of drug addicts. I have talked to lots of sex addicts. I have talked to lots of people that can't stop eating too much. I have talked to lots of people that are trying to do all of this stuff that they think will make them happy, and every one of them, they keep doing the same thing over and over again, and it never helps. It never satisfies. And the reason that the reason why I know that it never satisfies? Trust me, I've tried. Okay? I've always known the right thing to do all of my life. I tried so hard to do the right thing, but it never helped. The biggest lie about this whole thing of universalism is this thing. The lie is that saying that there's one way to do things hurts people. When in reality, most of the time, if the person giving the one way to do things is trustworthy, it always helps you. Right?
Yeah. Amen.
Let's go back to driving. Really simply. When you're driving on the highway and it says one way, that sign that says one way is not trying to say, I'm trying to ruin your fun. You're trying to have fun and I don't want you to have any more fun, so I'm going to make it so you have to go this way. No, the sign saying one way is saying if you go the opposite way that says wrong way, you might die.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now in our current culture, if I say, Jesus said there's only one way to God, and it's Him. Oh, you're a racist. You're closed-minded. You're bigoted. No, I'm none of those things. If things don't make sense in the micro, they don't make sense in the macro.
All right.
Right? You like that, Eddie?
I like that.
If something doesn't make sense in the day-to-day life, as you're living life, it's not going to make sense on the grand scheme of things.
Come on now.
Right?
That's right.
God knows what's best for you.
Yes, sir.
So when Jesus says, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life, it is so easy for us to see him saying, I'm the way, I'm the truth, and the life. And we automatically, somehow, the enemy who is the biggest liar out there, the liar of all liars, the father of lies, he wants you to doubt the intent of Jesus when he says these words. So let me ask you a question. About 10 years ago, I was driving in Minneapolis. I was in northeast Minneapolis, and I was coming around the corner. And as I was coming around the corner, there was this young African-American kid. He was probably 4. Dressed to the nines. Man, he had the cutest little suit on. And what he did, he jumped in the road to make me stop. And then when I slammed on the brakes, he jumped back. It was a fun little game he was playing. Where was his mom? Where was his dad? Where was anybody that loves him? Did it even cross his mind what happens if I didn't see him? Pancake. We laugh at that illustration, but trust me, we've all done it, right?
Yeah.
We've all played in the road. Oh, I can do this. I can do this, and it'll be okay.
Yep.
The biggest thing we need to understand is Jesus is all about relationships. And I just said, if it doesn't work in day-to-day relationships, it doesn't work with your relationship with Jesus. It's the same thing. You need to understand that when Jesus says, I'm the way, the truth, and the life, his attitude is not one of somebody that's standing with his arms crossed, with a scowl on his face, saying, I'm telling you what to do, son. You do what I say or you hit the road. And that's exactly what the enemy wants to make you think that Jesus is when he says he is the way, the truth, and the life. Jesus is nothing like that. If you read the Gospel of John, I challenge you, if you haven't read the Gospel of John in a while, read the Gospel. Every word of the Gospel of John drips with love and care and desire to be in relationship with you. With you. With you. With me.
That's true.
So when he says to you, I'm the way, the truth, and the life,
Amen.
it is, please understand, I know what's best for you. Jesus is saying that, not me. Trust me. Don't trust me. Trust me. Don't trust me. Trust Jesus.
Amen.
With the most compassionate face. I want everybody to close your eyes right now. We're not doing the prayer part yet. I still got 5 minutes, but that's okay. Close your eyes right now.
Want to get your age.
I know. I'll take care of you, Georgina. I'll go right till 7 o'clock. Close your eyes right now. I want you to picture. I want you to do an exercise with me. I want you to use your imagination to picture the most amazing, friendly, gentle, masculine face that you have ever seen on TV, like Michael Landon. I can't think of anybody else, but just who you think is the best, most amazing, compassionate, loving, caring, wanting what's best for you face. Can you picture it? Can you picture the smile? Can you picture the twinkle in the eyes? And then I want you to multiply that by about 50 billion. 50 billion, and that is the face of Jesus as he looks at you. As he says to you, I love you. I know you. I know everything about you. I want what is best for you. I love you. I get fired up and I yell sometimes. I won't say it really, because sometimes when I yell, people don't hear I love you. So I'll say it differently. I apologize. Jesus says, I love you. I want what's best for you. I gave up my life to buy you. I laid it all on the line because I want you. If you were the only person on this planet, I would still die for you.
Yes, Lord.
Let that sink in for just a little bit. Let him love on you right now. One other picture I'd like you to think about while you're doing that is that when Jesus says you have to come through him to the Father, coming through him simply means that you admit and realize that you can't go your own way. It's not about spiritual performance. It's not about brownie points. It's not about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. It's simply about being smart enough to know that you're dumb. It's about being wise enough to know that in your own strength you're unwise. So I want you to think of this as well. We've got this picture of Jesus being so amazing and loving. Now I want you to picture yourself that you're not dressed to the nines like that kid was. Instead, you're full of manure. From the tip of your head to the bottom of your feet, you are covered in poop. You're covered in the poop of you trying to do life yourself. And now what I want you to do is you just take your right hand and just hold it out and say, Jesus, only you can clean me up. And then this is what I want you to picture. Jesus doesn't hold his nose and say, well, okay, I guess I'll work on you. Jesus rushes to you and hugs you and says, I will clean up all this junk. Jesus, thank you for this time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your mercy. for your care, your grace.